supposed to just go ham. But this game...
You're not a believer in the 4? Did you see what happened the other day when they were playing? Tavost actually 1v4'd. They 4-man ganked him, he used a fat troll, he gets the blind off from the X's, and he ends up killing all 4 of the enemy heroes with some help from his ally H. Apparition. And then Dendy all-chats 4.
He's really stepped it up.
Dendy's normally pretty quiet in manner, too, in pro games. So.
I mean, he's really stepped it up, and I mean, Dendy's really believed in Tavost. Like, I know there had to have been opportunities for Dendy to lead this team or do something else, but, you know, they have been a pair forever, and that's going to help Tavost's confidence, and it's definitely going to kind of compel him to play a lot better when you've got somebody relying on you like that. But this game, usually the way I try to just predict how a game goes is I just look at what the ideal fights are for both teams and how they get there, and how difficult it's going to be for Dendy to land an RP, for example, or like what has to go right for Navi to win versus what has to go right for PR. And it seems like PR's lineup is a lot easier to execute. Like, things have to go really right for Navi. They have to go get a good duel off. This LC has to get a lot of farm this game. You've got to get a good RP off. And if the Doom can get Doom off on the Magnus before, the fight kind of devolves a little bit. And Navi definitely need a lot of levels this game. And Goblak playing the Lion again, I think this guy typically plays like the hardcore 5, so I don't imagine a blink coming on him anytime soon. So a lot of this game just depends, I think, on if Dendy gets a really quick blink timing, and if he has a reasonable start in the mid lane.
Yeah. And it's certainly going to be a hardcore 5 this time around. Vincere playing Wisp, so he'll be rushing a bottle. As a result, your Lion for Goblak forced to buy everything for the team. He bought the Observer Wards and a bit of regen for himself here, already pulling some of it towards that mid lane, so he'll have to delay boots. Even last game when he started with boots, though, he still struggled with his top lane. They look to go on Vincere. Funnick throwing out the early overwhelming odds, and already your Wisp. Sad, but a bottle inbound to try and cheer him up a little bit. Or cheer it up, I should say.
I told you. This is the thing that those guys do. They do this off-lane Wisp in.
Do you think it's going to work against this tri-lane?
It should be okay, actually. I normally don't like LC as a hero. I don't think the hero is any better than any other offlaner, but this particular combination is really strong. Especially with Wisp rushing the bottle right here. And if they can't kill the Legion or the Wisp here, and they've devoted 3 heroes to this cause, it's going to get really difficult for them.
They do have really good catch, though, once they get their levels. Dagger, Glimpse. Vincere will have to be careful as they get the levels on these supports, but for now, they don't have them. Ogre's going to get trapped out by mid by Funnick. Well, J4 wants to go in.
But
here's your purge.
Yeah, exactly. But press the attack. I mean, it's difficult to engage on this combination because you press the attack the Wisp, who's the hero that you want to kill, or the Wisp just tethers and bottle charges up.
And the cool part is it heals the Legion as well, so yeah. There's some nice synergy there.
This is a miserable... I played against this dual lane before, and it's actually really hard to engage upon because you don't... The only way that they die here is if they really mess up. Because the initiation range isn't too high. The good thing about playing against a Disruptor is the hero doesn't really do too much damage early. And with the press the attack and the tether, you're going to be hard pressed to kill either of these heroes.
You did it again.
Yeah, I know. That time I did it on purpose, though.
So clever. Dendy gonna chill mid. So 9-1 right now to 12-0 Zeus. Pretty early, pretty even farm trading. Your CK getting free farm for Havos, the PA free farming as well, and all things considered, it looks fairly even thus far. Supports for Navi getting their levels. Slightly, actually no, pretty much dead even in terms of experience. And I guess the one difference is Cheshire Cat just posting up against this dual lane, but he will have to be careful once Savos manages to get some mana going his way.
I actually think they can kill him, though. The best thing to do here is just to annoy him, because he does have 3 armor. He did opt to go for the Ring of Protection off the bat. And with the Scorched Earth, I think the Lion and the CK are going to be a little bit hard pressed to kill him. And look how far up he's playing, because he knows that Havas doesn't have mana right now. He's actually able to just stand in the middle of the lane and get CS.
He's gone for the mana burn creep, and yeah, it's just making Havos very sad.
Yeah, because if Havos can't stun here, how do they kill him? This is actually so smart to go with his mana burn creep. Typically you see either the healer or one of the larger creeps, but this is like one of the few uses of the mana burn creep that I feel is really paying off.
Well, where are we going to see a kill? Top lane, they're looking for Funnick. The Wiz trying to keep him alive. He'll purge himself and just look to run on out of here. Actually, I'm sorry, purge or throwing the heal on the base score, but he gets glimpsed back, and Funnick gonna end up dropping low. Can they finish the job? Another stun. There's your kill. They really had to work for it, but they get it in the end.
Yeah, that tether isn't up. It's too hard to keep him alive right there. I think that was just a misplay bit by Navi. But the lane is pushing in, so they are going to get XP now.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh, actually, they're maybe chasing Dityara. No, only level 2 on the Wisp. I know it works, yeah.
Is Dityara farming quite well? I guess he has less net worth than the CK does, but the Doom is getting quite a lot out of this lane as well. He's already got Tranquil Boots. He's picked up this Illusion Rune at bottom, so he's helping mid out a little bit, but Dendy seems to be doing way too well in this lane right now. He's got 2100 net worth already. It seems like he favors going for that Arcane Boots before he goes to the Blink Dagger like a lot of people do, and I think that's just for a little bit more lane control, and it seems like the Zeus is actually struggling quite a bit in this mid lane.
Yeah, CS looking okay so far, 22-1. So, at least CSing reasonably well.
It's the HP LD. That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah. I guess the big thing is, the question will be, can Chachel make plays? Because we know Dendy will, just judging if he has a performance similar to the last couple of Magnus games, and if he's able to find those openings early on, then he could take the game over, whereas Zeus more reliant on if the team's able to set things up. Can't really do it alone.
Yeah, but he can really help the rest of his lanes out, obviously with the Thunder God's Wrath. For example, if they get Funnick low here at top, or even the Wisp, it's game over for them.
Funnick playing a lot more aggressively. His Wisp is not home currently. They can glimpse this back if they'd like. Wisp now coming in, they'll get off the stun. Thunder God's Wrath already thrown out the glimpse. Not yet used, actually was used. And they're gonna chase forward. Dityara onto Funnick. Not gonna be able to get the kill.
When was the glimpse used there?
I don't know. It said it was used though.
Yeah, I saw the animation, but I didn't see any heroes go back. And they even used the Thunder God's Wrath there, but he didn't seem to take any damage at all. So he's going to be able to shrug that off and walk away. And Dityara's actually picked up a bottle of his own.
Huh.
I pick that up a lot now, though, on cores in general.
Oh, chat is rioting. I think Dota TV was just fixed, but they are 5 minutes in the past. We're from the future. And in the future, Funnick and Vincere are currently chasing your Disruptor, but he's able to walk away.
He got so lucky there. He got the board like right before it expired. So free gold!
Delicious free 50 gold. Cheshire Cat is really getting a lot. He's already 5 in the offlane, even with the same lane CK, and just not able to keep him out.
It's that mana burn creep, man.
And the bottle's coming, so he'll have even more mana burn to work with.
It's that mana burn creep. Like, I can't stop. Like, this is actually so crazy. He just keeps mana burning the CK and he can't do anything to him. And this is like the only way he's surviving. Now he's gotta wait a little because Coblike's doing the same thing. It's like the most passive-aggressive fight I've ever seen. They're not even right-clicking each other, they just keep mana burning each other.
No, you won't have mana. No, you!
Yeah, it's not really going anywhere, but he's gonna, I think if he just does it one more time to Havos. Yeah, Havos is just using, like, stun creeps now.
Stun to fire. Oh my god.
I mean, you might as well if it's gonna get burned off anyways. It does 100 mana right now, and for CK I think that's like a third of his mana pool or something. Yeah, it's exactly a third.
And that stun is not cheap. 140 mana. Oh my.
He does have his mana, he's gonna go back. I think this is the correct decision, especially if you're not gonna go for the bottle. You're not pressuring the Doom without any mana. This is miserable right now. There's no way the Doom should just be able. This is pretty much free farm for the offlane.
Vincere trapped out. Dityara able to quickly bring him down. Good stun there. They get the glimpse back. They're going to go for 2. They're
going to get Funnick as well.
Funnick also in danger. Dagger about to cool down. They'll go in with the stun. And does he get the kill with the dagger? Does he turn for it? He just runs his way back. So level 3 dagger, I think it would have been enough. It would have been close. Funnick survives and heals up, and they back the hell away. Navi with the big commitment to try and turn this fight top lane.
That was the TPs.
But now Cheshire Cat, he's maybe looking for this line. Has Doom online? Has he gotten eyeballs on him? He sure has.
He's not going to go that farther for that. He finally ditches the mana burn creep, though. He's like,
now that he's gotten Havos to leave the lane, so he's won this game of chicken, and now he'll go back for another creep.
Yeah, but he's getting quite a lot out of that, and especially with Havos keeping up there, he's going to get quite a bit more. He's pretty much free farming for an offlaner, as I was saying. He's got a bounty rune in his bottle. I assume they'll decide to go for the Midas this game. I think rushing a Blink Dagger is the wrong idea here. I think Midas on Doom is pretty core.
It really seems like it is, and your Blink Dagger still tends to come out in a timely fashion, and normally you have someone else who can initiate so that Doom doesn't have to right away.
Yeah, but it looks like they did rotate the Ogre down here. They do have Doom. Was there ward vision for him? Yeah, there definitely was. I think they know he's there. If you just look at where the Lion's positioned right now, they're pinging him out right now. Yeah, they have to know this Lion's here. They had the ward, right? On both openings, and he didn't smoke. So this is just kind of an unfortunate waste of time. If just one hero from Navi rotates over, this could turn out really bad for PR.
RP ready. Dendi gonna walk right by J4 as he backs out, and at the same time Cheshire Cat goes in. He's trapped down by Godlike Impaled and brought down, and then the RP getting skewered back in. J4 will try to TP out. Stun is there. The Hex comes through. The kill secure. Nope. Gotta kill to get that mana first. Now they get the kill. Funnick, meanwhile, top lane though, is left alone. He'll be brought down by the Zeus, and Show collecting the last hit during that time. Wisp was unfortunately off on the bottom side of the map, so good reaction by PR at least to make that move top. Still, Navi, a big 900 gold swing going their way.
Yeah, I think PR didn't expect that because typically with the first two wards of the game, you place one for your safe lane, right? Because especially if the Doom is getting as much as he is, you want to keep the CK safe. But generally, they probably didn't expect this ward. They might have expected it to be mid. But I think Navi correctly ascertained that Zeus is just going to be spamming Lightning Bolt in the middle of the lane. So why even bother, right? It's just going to get dewarded. And so you've got two wards for that bottom lane. And so J4 probably thought, I don't have to actually smoke for this. I can just walk down and get the kill with the Doom. And so the Doom played it incredibly patiently, thinking it'd only be two heroes down there. But Navi played it really patiently. They just rotated a bunch of heroes down to get two kills for free. That's exactly what they need to get ahead. And Dendi's actually doing fantastically at this point.
They're baiting Funnick, but are they going to get there in time? Dagger comes out. He's going to make some harassment. Big blink. Oh, they glimpse him back, though. He's trapped on Kinetic Field, gets off the duel. Who's going to get the damage? Twist, feathering through. Shockwave secures it, and Funnick is a winner. 278 victories and counting. Looking for a bit more. Plus 10 damage already.
Oh, they're going to get Zenenko as well out of this if he doesn't TP out right now.
Oh,
that was beautiful.
Nice kinetic field. Gonna get the stun off. No vision. He will escape.
But still, really big in favor of Navi right there. They just got a ton of XP on Funnick. A lot of kills for both of them. They got a kill on the PA as well, which was huge. They've really set it back. I guess their saving grace, though, is that Cheshire Cat is absolutely massive. He's almost got a hand of Midas already, and so you can't take these fights without that great assault right now, and it looks like he's going to TP on top. They want to fight this.
The turn from Havost. He drops the Phantasm, he gets bolted, and quickly dealt with. He will end up going down. Bank score still not 6. Funnick in the trees. One more auto attack will finish him. He jukes, but there's nowhere more to jive, and he'll die as well. Your Wisp going for the long range tether up. Casual Doom. They can deny this, perhaps, at least.
For the deny. There's no way he's surviving this.
Sad times.
Don't mess this up, Navi. Okay, yeah, there's no way. He's a ball of light. He's going down.
Yeah, they lose 3.
Yeah, that's Cheshire Cat rotating up there was huge. Navi was just too low after the initial fight. I think going for the tower there was just a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, they do have RP. Blink Dagger and Dendi about to come out. Not yet really, unfortunately, but once they get this, we'll most likely see Navi start to get a little more aggressive, and they need this relocate out. I feel like you have to relocate out, and Vincere can be saving his teammates in that situation, and maybe he ends up going down, but they might not have lost that many cores. It's already 12.5 minutes, and I guess it is the one downside of this Legion with ball play. Unlike, say, the Tiny Wisp, you're not guaranteed to get stacks to get a quick level 6.
Meanwhile,
it's getting bolted, chased out.
There's no Doom, but Dendi here.
RP, nice skewer back into the tower. Dendi getting himself out and pulling
damage.
Cheshire Cat in as the glimpse comes through. Dendi will be turned on and dealt with. But yeah, more Doom damage into Navi's pockets.
Yeah, that's such a weird trade because you would definitely trade the Doom every single time for the Magnus, but Funnick's already got 320 damage out of this lane, which is pretty unexpected. And the Thunder God's Wrath comes out as well just to spot somebody from the side. And maybe they were trying to set up for a glimpse. That would have been kind of cool, but
that's actually a cool combo. Yeah.
I mean, you can't escape Thunder. Whatever. I don't know what the
Thunder Bros for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. I remember me and Gods casted a game where it was like they had glimpse plus the charge, so you could always get the glimpse off, and I guess it really helps with that mechanic. But
You know what? You know what I remember being super annoying? There was a game it was TI2. IG played Disruptor Lone Druid, and this was when Lone Druid was really strong. Oh, bottom lane. Doom's there. Wisp, no relocate. Still, we're 14 minutes in. They can pull him back for... Oh, no, not going to go for it. Was he not in range or something? No, it's a level 3 glimpse. Maybe it was out of range.
Yeah, but I think he should have been playing more forward then, in that case. I think that was just a bit of a misplay. Because it was definitely up, the ability. I had him selected as well. But they're not even... he didn't even drop the Static Storm for that, which I think was a mistake. I think in that scenario, you just go all in for Havos, especially if you're just going to expend the Doom.
Yeah, Static Storm, it's not like you're going to have a 5v5 fight this early, most likely. Navi, though,
Get
using
out,
this
shoot your
opportunity
head.
to jump. Run, catch! Run!
Yeah, they're doing a lot to this. That's why I heroes.
Kill secured. God Black, he wants his blink. But yeah, the combo was, I think Joe was playing Lone Druid, and so this was when the bear was just super ridiculous.
They just have the bear at him.
Yeah, you just run at people with the bear, his Vine Score will die top, and then you just glimpse the back. With the Radiance Burn, like, you can't even blink out from it, it was
That sounds
super
so miserable.
Yeah, that was when IG was busy just wiping the floor with Navi in the grand finals. And I was busy losing my voice.
I wasn't actually there for the grand finals. I was at the event, but I didn't end up watching the grand finals.
Were you possibly imbibing during that time?
No, I'm not a drinker.
Okay.
No. Okay, never mind. I was slightly inebriated.
Inebriated on Dota?
Haha!
Yeah, they're questioning.
They should be able to get this tower down. The Doom isn't really in position. The PA hasn't rotated over as well. PR are showing a bunch of heroes to try to deter Navi from this, but I think once Navi sees Vincere at the top lane, they're going to try to go for this. Yeah, that TP coming in from the Doom, yeah, he's going to cancel it. There's no way they fight this.
PR a little... They have a lot of bursts, but they feel slightly underwhelming in terms of actual team fight lockdown, unless they get that good Static Storm off. And I feel like Navi at some point this game are just going to bull rush them.
It's pretty much a rush between whether Doom can get a good Doom target off, or if Dendy gets a really good RP. And the problem with cores like PA and Doom, and Zeus even, Zeus, like, his attack range is really low. I guess Arc Lightning is pretty big, but you don't have to worry about Zeus so much, is that you've got cores like PA and Doom, they're gonna generally be in melee range for fights, so RPing them is really easy. Like, there's no real positioning with PA, right? Because you're gonna blink in and then you just get counter-initiated on by the Magnus, so it's really difficult.
Oh, thanks, Storm taking a lot of damage. They will use the glimpse. Static Storm waiting. Havos pops his armlet though, and he will get relocated back to safety. Come with me, says Vangscore.
Yeah, you have
Are they
to kill
gonna...
the Wisp. That's just too difficult to set up with that.
Very scary to go in now. With Static Storm down, Zeus ult down, they
You
just
have to
gotta
get out
let
of
him
there,
go.
Shade Slow. Run, my four-legged friend.
How is Zeus four-legged?
I don't know, dude. It's like a corgi. He's like his limbs are so close to the ground that he looks really short.
Corgis are such stupid animals.
How are they stupid, man? They've got the strongest upper body strength. They're so low to the ground that it's like they're constantly doing push-ups just to walk.
It's an impractical dog.
Yeah, I mean, LD, it's impractical to get like 8 different types of cheese on your burger, but it doesn't make
But this is America, and we can do whatever we want.
Exactly.
Even if it means owning stupid breeds of dogs. I'm probably gonna get lynched by chat in about 5 minutes.
Dude, corgis are the strongest animal, pound for pound. They constantly have to lift
Pound
themselves
for
up.
pound?
They constantly have to lift themselves up.
There are insects that can bench press a corgi.
Dude, that's not even true. I
I'm just
refuse
saying.
to believe that.
There was a smoke here bottom, but it was just out of vision of this dire observer ward. I believe as they were on the other side of the trail, and they will get their jump on the shape slope. Glimpse was used, but too late. Quick finger kill secured. And more damage going towards Funix Legion. Plus 30 now, and rising.
Yeah, he gets the killing spree as well. That was really well done by Funnick. He used the overwhelming odds first, so that the Zeus wouldn't see them in time and blink out out of the smoke, and then they're able to pick them off. And that's actually huge. Tier 2 for this for free. And, I mean, it seems like you're right in a lot of respects. It looks like Navi's just kind of running over PR. They don't... The problem with PR's lineup is they don't really have reliable ways, aside from the Zeus, to stop pushes. Because what are you going to do, right? You're going to throw daggers? I mean, Disruptor can, I guess, use as level
leave
1
me alone. Back off. Be nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's so difficult to stop straight up 5-man pushes from Navi because what really stops pushes is the ability to clear creep waves from a long range distance, and PR don't really necessarily have that.
And they also don't have like that overwhelming threat of like, oh well, maybe we can't clear the wave, but if you get too close, like we can come through or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or straight shows one up top, or bottom rather, as he gets RP'd, skewered, and another winner. Plus 40 damage for Funnick. I will say the few times I've seen Navi run the Legion, and I think this is something Tinker was doing really well for a while, is they always make sure to secure dual damage, which sounds obvious, but I've seen a lot of teams either not draft lineups that are good at getting it, or just not seem to prioritize enough, and then you basically have a really crappy Abaddon running around for most of the game.
That's a really good way to put it, because if you're not going to get the dual damage, you might as well just get a hero that does better lockdown. Like, there are tons of heroes that do what LC does. Like, even a hero like Max, like, Call is essentially serves the same function if you're not using it for the damage.
Right. But Navi has done a nice job of it, and at least the 2 times I've seen them run the Legion, and the other time that they've ran it, Funnick had a really bad start, but he seems to be catching up nicely here. Surprise! It's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
That's the format smoke though for a Godlike. They definitely want to try to take this mid tower off of this. I guess it was a killing spree, so it's not too bad, and it does go on your PA as well, right? So it's not awful.
I feel like there's a butt waiting there.
Yeah, because you just wasted a 4-man smoke to kill a line without getting a tower out.
Yeah, it doesn't feel ideal. Well, they're putting a lot of eggs in the PA basket right now. Ghost Dominator now going back for the Battle Fury.
Is he stacking Ancients? Did you see that?
No. I haven't seen any
no
yet.
Stacks at all on
He's
the
got
map.
a creep. Yeah, Saturn now moving out into the struggle. He might have had to send it back to heal. Looks like it will mosey towards the woods now. But yeah, Battle Fury seems fairly essential this game, just for the CK illusions, you think?
Yeah, and
also just to keep up and farm.
Exactly. It's just a good farming tool, especially since Savos has got the Midas, which is like the ghetto man's Battle Fury. If you're not going to go for a Battle Fury, you're going to go for the Midas, and then he has the Empower as well, so he's got a lot of ways to farm stacks. Like, he just cleared the entire stack right now, which is the Empower and the Help of the Wisp. But PR, they were just too late. They were literally like seconds late.
Dan it.
This is such a
Blake Skewer, quick jump by Denny, but there's a static storm waiting. Nicely turned, J4. Probably gonna drop here. Finally will fall. Funnick now into the pipe against Doom. Oh no. The mighty CK is on the loose. He's gonna jump onto DRL. Will the evasion procs be with him? He gets a few off. It might just be enough to save him, as in the meantime, Godlike is pursued to the ends of the earth by Cheshire Cat. Blink. He pops the stick, and one more chop brings him down. 4 dead. And, well, it's up to the Mighty 4 to save this fight. Can he get into Cheshire Cat?
He should be able to get the blink off in time.
He's got the Yasha. Oh, no, too late.
Yeah, that was a miserable fight for Navi there. I mean, Dendi kind of saw what was going on, and once the smoke broke, PR knew what was going on, and if you notice, and he places that ward right there. I feel like that's something a lot of high-level teams do that the average player doesn't, is that when they know a fight's about to break out, they just immediately place a ward so it makes the rest of the fight really easy to position around. And Navi didn't really have the best vision there, so it was difficult for Dendi, even with the broken smoke and him knowing that they're there, for him to get a good RP opportunity off. So he goes for the skewer, but then the clutch static storm right on top of that to prevent any sort of shenanigans from happening. That's such a good counter with Magnus as well.
That's just such a big outplay by PR, and I feel like that's how they have to win these fights, is they have to get that clean initiation off. You kill the Magnus before you can RP, maybe you bait out the RP on someone very tanky like the Doom or the Ogre, and you don't let them set up for the follow-up Impale. You don't let the Legion get the initiating duel. It feels in general like whoever gets that quick jump is the team that wins these fights, and there's not a ton of defensive capabilities. There's Glimpse and there's defensive relocate, but that's really about it for both teams.
Yeah, PR did a fantastic job of splitting up that fight. That was probably what won them the fight more than anything. If you noticed that Cheshire Cat, you were probably watching the other half of the fight, but I was watching Cheshire Cat doom a Legion and chase down the Lion, and then they instantly killed Dendi. So how are you going to fight, right? It pretty much just comes down to CK Wisp against 4 heroes, and CK Wisp isn't the type of lineup that's going to be able to allow you to do that. Especially when you've got a Zeus that can just burst down your Wisp instantly, and the PA at this point doing so much damage, it's really difficult to fight. when they get the jump off on you. Like, it doesn't even matter who Cheshire Cat really dooms at this point. Like, you just doom the LC, who isn't an ideal target, but you split up the fight, and it makes it so difficult to engage at that point.
At this point, it becomes a really good PA game as well. Digera, 2k gold, 2.2, and he gets a BKB here. Navi have nothing to get rid of that evasion, unless Havos goes for an MKB, but Chaos Knight is not a great MKB carrier. I guess Legion can, but Funnick is poor, and I worry a lot for Navi if this PA gets much more farm. At some point, PA could just cleave through the entirety of the Illusion Army. You'd like to see CK ahead, and for now Havos is, but the question becomes, will he stay ahead at this rate?
Yeah, and it's not even like Navi has a lot of magic bursts to deal with the PA at all. In an ideal scenario, though, you go for the blink initiating with the duel onto the PA before he can pop his BKB or anything.
Yeah.
But it's not even like Navi have that much magic burst. I mean, I guess they have the Lion Finger and stuff like that. But what's happening in these fights, for people that aren't aware, is that Cheshire Cat is actually changing out the Lion, so stuff like that doesn't happen. Like, he's just creating a human barrier.
And this Lion, yeah, and it helps the Godlike has no blink. He's up against a Zeus, so it can easily be disabled, but you don't always know the Lion's coming. Your Spidey senses maybe tingle a few seconds late. He's got double brace or Tranquil Boot, so he's not going to get the jump ever, unless they walk into it, basically. Zeus will be popped. They use it to set up a glimpse, as Funnick will Blade Mail and heal himself, and then just get snooped down through it anyway. Another kill.
That combo.
This is really starting to amp up. Navi not able to find the clean team fights, and then just Zeus ult, glimpse, quick kill, rinse and repeat, and the best part is these kills are low cooldown. The Zeus ult, only 90 seconds.
Yeah, and using it for a Funnick kill is huge as well. Especially because remember how big Funnick started. I think at like the 16-minute mark he had 40 duel damage, and since then he hasn't ever been able to get the jump off. And PR have such a good way to counter that, like stop him from blinking. You just Thunder God's Wrath, and then instantly you're always able to get the initiation off before Navi comes. Because like you said, a large portion of this game depends on how they initiate these fights.
Goodbye, Havos. The relocate out was attempted by Vincere, but he was a bit late, and he hides in the trees a little bit out of the way, but it's not going to matter. PR take the tower mid. CK down.
No, they know. Yeah,
They're coming back. Oh, he touched it.
They knew for a second, though. That was kind of cool.
So they clips him back to where he relocated from. Now he's trapped. He needs a teammate to get him out of here. He could TP, but would rather not.
Be a miserable waste of his TP. He's cleaning his team, and then
like,
they're completely
guys,
ignoring him.
Guys.
Yeah, Godlike finally goes back.
Fine, you idiot. Godlike getting impatient here with his team. No, this is looking worse and worse for Navi. Losing multiple engagements in a row. Down 5k gold, 10k experience. It feels like one of those games where they just need the big Dendy RPs, which, to be fair, he's been delivering for the most part the past few days, but it's not easy against the Doom, Static Storm, and the Zeus to just disable the blink when you look to go in.
Yeah, I definitely should have seen that. I didn't point that out because, I mean, I'm an idiot, but the Zeus
It's
Wrath...
okay, we still love you.
Yeah, he Thunder God's Wraths in the beginning of any fight that he believes, and then from there on, they're a good enough team where they see Dendy on the map, and then from that point, it's just, keep away from him. And once all the blink daggers are disabled, PR pretty much get a free fight, right?
Yeah, it seems that way.
It's actually so hard to initiate with the Zeus in tow here. It's hard for them to get the jump on, or it's hard for Navi to get the jump on PR. And like you said, this game's kind of come down to whoever gets the initiation off first. And PR, they were behind by a little bit, but then they used two really good smokings to kind of like turn the momentum around. And especially with the next Roshan, like the game's gonna get really hard for Navi here. I think the move for Navi is to wait for Dendy's BKB. But does BKB even do anything for you here? I mean, it's still... You kind of have to preempt the Thunder God's Wrath.
Yeah, preemptively pop BKB and then run in. You could still get doomed. You also still have to worry about the Aghanim Static Storm, which is coming out soon for Suniko. He's managed to accrue
got a lot of farm.
Quite a bit of gold, so... well, one Doom's not enough. Let's get a little AoE Doom to back it up. That's the plan for the Power Rangers.
Yeah, Cheshire Cat is actually got this game too. He's got a plate mail, and there's not a lot of...
Shiva's really nice against CK. And there's your Zeus. And now they might even look for the jump in. They get the glimpse. Static Storm. Oh, a little bit late on the glimpse.
That was a little bit sloppy. I mean, PR set that combo up really well lately with the Thunder God's Wrath. I guess if you're getting a core hero, those two cooldowns are okay. Because PR should still be able to fight. And they're actually going to smoke
Are they still going to fight this? They don't have either of the ultis, but they're looking like they want to maybe go in.
They're just going to have this one.
Relocate's available. Will they get Havos back to safety? Gets glimpsed in. Oh, it's under break.
Timing.
Oh, he gets glimpsed out of range. Ends up going down. Funnick going to fall as well. 3 heroes dead. The PA, the lone casualty, they just won that fight without Zuso, and they're going to get a 4th kill perhaps as Vangscore is pursued out by Shapeshow. Another bolt. Can he get it off?
He's going to go for this.
Oh,
he's got the move speed.
Slapping him with the orb, the glimpse, the kills.
Was it a 3-man RP? No, it was a 2-man RP.
Does he even get Suniko here? TP out, quick reactions. He'll make it out safely. Win after win for the mighty, the Morphin, the Power Rangers.
I mean, you lost the PA there because the duel goes off on her and she kind of just killed herself because she wasn't able to get the BKB off, but you would spend the first BKB charge, which is absolutely huge. You lose your carry once again, you're not able to bring down the mid tower, and you give up a triple kill to this Doom that was already huge, who's actually got a full Shiva's coming out now.
Full Shiva's complete, and yeah, against the CK illusions, this will be a real thorn in the side of Navi.
Yeah, and that was...
It keeps on getting worse.
That was just a hard fight, because Ditya Ross scouted out the real Host using the dagger, and then once he saw him turn tail, Cheshire Cat was like, yep, that's my target.
And it's crazy because they had already blown the Static Storm and Zuso. That's a lot of, on paper, a lot of their team fight and damage. They still just run them over, and it's with the PA getting caught out and picked off instantly.
Yeah, the problem for Navi there was they got sloppy in positioning because of that, right? Like, they had the same thought that you did. They were like, oh, well, both of their major abilities are down. This is probably the time to go. And so they kind of synchronized their heroes in a really awkward spot. Dendi had an invis rune, but he wasn't close enough to Havos to back him up with like the counter RP. And so when you think about those factors, like what PR did was incredibly intelligent there. They immediately smoked because they're like, we're gonna fight this.
They got vision on Funnick, and now Cheshire Cat goes in with the haster, the Shiva's follow, gets the kill immediately, yep, gets it, and now just runs the hell away. Navi blowing the relocate, they're not done yet though. They run into Goblak, isolated in the trees, he'll get chopped down. Another 2 kills. I want to point out that Zuso was used just to cancel Dendi's blink so that he could not go for the tower last hit mid, and that's just bonus kills from there. Having the haster, a 1700 gold swing. The way PR's player on the Zuso is absolutely magnificent to watch. Getting the tower denies off of it, getting glimpse pickoffs from it, scouting initiations for Doom. For a spell that has no minimal damage and when heroes are off on their own like this, and it's not a big lockdown spell, it's amazing how much mileage they get out of it.
Yeah, they're actually just using it as a scouting tool. It's like an airstrike. They just kind of use it as a drone, get some information. Ditya have to pop your BKB here. And you can go in.
RP was used to Eros, so tanky with the evasion though. It's going to clean up the illusion. Goes in onto the CK, who is busy shredding his team. He wants the Wisp. The Wisp will die. Creep finishing that one off. Now Havos on the TP out. Dendi as well. And at the end, a 2-for-1 there at the top lane.
It's pretty worth it. Dendi has to be careful though. Oh, never mind. He actually just gave it up. Cheshire Cat, you had the right idea.
Uh-oh. He wanted to cancel a blink out perhaps with the Shivas, but... Oh, he's got blink. He can go for this. Level death is there. He has the Doom cooling down in 8 seconds. Wisp dead for 16. No buyback available. Dendi has the blink out.
Yeah, he's okay there. Cheshire Cat, though, has been doing this really smartly. Whenever he blinks up into an area, he immediately casts Shivas, or he uses it as a scouting tool in general to cancel blinks so that nobody can initiate on him. And that's kind of what he almost got with Dendi at top, but that trait does favor Navi, but they're still not getting any towers. What this game is probably going to come down to at this point is the next Roche fight. If it goes really well for either team, like Havos still has a ton of farm. Like he's almost got an MKB. He does have a Manta Armlet. He has the Midas. Like his net worth is insanely high.
He's going to get the MKB, but will he be able to like get off a bunch of auto attacks of KN fights? You have to worry about getting doomed, maybe just caught out in the Disruptor Aghanim Static Storm before you can pop that BKB. On paper, he's big, but I feel like PR do have some solutions for him, and of course your illusions are not going to benefit from the MKB at all, so it's just an awkward situation for KS Night in general.
Yeah. I mean, what do you...
I think you have to go MKB here. It's just
yeah, exactly.
It just sucks.
It's not the item that you want to ideally go for. Even going for something like the Lincolns to mess up Cheshire Cat would be better, because right now this PA isn't even really the big threat. It's the fact that Cheshire Cat has a ton of farm. I mean, Doom's knock is that he doesn't have a lot of armor, but now he's got a Shivas already. Like, he just runs into the middle of the fight, casts Doom, and then creates like a nuisance. And it just allows Dinyara to like right-click on top of people. They've got Shade Flow as well to clear illusions. He's got a ton of nukes available to him. The Thunder God's Wrath isn't even there for damage. Like, this Zeus isn't even really worth anything. It's pretty much like a 3-position Zeus at this point.
They're now into the pit. Double damage ring is here, and Radiant team only now... Well, actually didn't get any vision on the smoke, because they used that to sneak up the high ground. Double damage ring snagged, and Dinyara gonna work on that Roshan. Cheshire Cat is searching, though. He finds Funnick. Is there any sort of backup available? Oh my goodness, he's already dead. Deny, not even gonna happen. He's off the mark. Denny with the 2-hero RP, but William the follow-up damage. Cheshire Cat 2 tank. Everyone's surviving through this. Goblet getting beaten down by an ogre. He tries to run. He heads for the hills at the same time. Cheshire Cat, well, he's getting mauled a bit here by Vivos, but that's before the mighty PA arrives and will end him with Shade Show at his side. 3 dead. Megazord down.
Megazord.
PR with that Aegis now. PA was just chilling in the pit in the meantime.
Yeah, they won that fight 4-on-5.
Yeah.
Like, that was actually pretty disgusting. The damage right now by PR is too high. Their ability to engage and re-engage the fights is really strong. Disruptor is one of the better counters to Wisp as well. Like, he just static storms the Wisp, and what is he supposed to do as a Wisp there? I mean, he's got the Aghanim Scepter as well. This game is just kind of spiraling out of control right now for Navi. There's not a really reliable way to take down both the Doom and the PA is the problem. Because imagine that fight where the CK uses his Reality Rift, he brings all of his illusions to one tightly packed corner going to the Doom, and then Dinyara's just there to cleave them all down.
Yeah, and the thing is, Doom is also just getting off his ult every fight at the start because they have the Zeus. So he ult, the Zeus ults, Doom can just jump in. You've got no easy way to stop it if you're Navi, and
you can't blink
once
out.
Once he pops the Doom and Shivas, even if you do kill him, what does it really matter?
He uses BKB at bottom 2. And
it just keeps on getting worse for Navi.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that Funnick has essentially been phased out of this game. Like, I think he's been a little bit too greedy on the map with going for farm, and this Doom's just constantly trying to pull him off. I mean, remember his dual damage in the beginning of the game versus what it is right now. It's still at 40. Like, remember we were praising it at 16 minutes for him at 40 damage, but it hasn't gone up a single time since.
PR continued to be the aggressors here. They'll push the tier 2 top lane, tower will fall, and last hit up. Claimed by Dinyara. That will net him either the Satanic or the completed Abyssal Blade if he wants it with the Aegis up. He's gonna go, straight for the Abyssal Blade.
When you've got the Aegis, you go for the Abyssal.
You always go for the Abyssal.
You
Come on. Come on now. Even if you don't have the Aegis.
No, Satanic is really good in some scenarios.
No, I'm kidding. That's pop logic.
I still play ulti. Dude, Satanic PA is like the most annoying thing to deal with when he has a BKB. It's so impossible to kill.
And on paper they had an okay lineup against PA if she doesn't get out of control. You've got a Hex. God black. Oh my. Splat.
Oh my god. That was absurd.
This is a very sad Lion. We are 37 minutes in. God black. 3 and 5, and still no Blink Dagger. My goodness, he has struggled.
This is the high ground push. Look how far Sneako's playing up right now, too.
Okay, he's actually forced up the Funny BKB, and he gets crit immediately in the face. Dinyara has a BKB, he's going to hold it for the second life. Funny's even can't touch it off. Can you please get an auto attack? He finally will, but oh my, the evasion too strong.
The good news is, though,
they're back to the well.
Wasted at least.
And in the meantime, the Radiant Courier going to fall. It was not carrying anything, but it's just insult to injury. Vincere showing his face. One crit would be a kill. They Zeus ult as Dinyara pops the BKB. Now they engage with the most. Pounding into him. Oh, he gets the kill. Not too much evasion that time around.
I mean, the MKB.
Oh, he's got the MKB for the main hero.
Just
That's
blew him up. That was insane, actually. I think if you solo RP there, it's perfectly fine, because the PA, once the Doom is expended, you don't have to worry too much about anything.
Still the tier 3 down, but they do cleave their way through the Aegis. PA now dead for a minute. Navi hanging on just by a prayer, a thread in this game number 3. If they lose, they still go to China, but it's as a wildcard team. They have to earn their right to compete in the main event. The winner of this moves on to play Hellraisers, who will have a 1-game advantage of the best of 5. That's your next match, guys, but first we got to see who's going to be facing them. PR. I guess at this point, Will, we're looking at Cheshire Cat getting his refresher. Is that the... Oh, nope. Oh, Bloodstone for the Zeus now coming out.
Yeah.
You go
okay,
BKB
so the
here,
good news,
refresher?
though, in all honesty, is that CK is absolutely massive. After that fight, he killed the PA. Look how much gold he has now.
He's got a heart, basically.
Yeah, this is like the really big saving grace right now. If Havos doesn't get initiated upon, or he manages to survive the initial doom like he did right there, where he's able to just walk back to base, they're actually still going to win the fight. Because if the doom is wasted at all, then Dendi just RPs the PA every fight, and Havos like eats through him. And so Navi, after that fight, I think they realized that. They're like, oh, we just do him instead.
He got off his Manta, his Manta at the start of this fight, and now tries to retreat out. They get off the Abyssal Blades, though, and Havos gets pulled back in, dealt with. Oh, actually, no. Relocated back. Didn't even see the tether come out, but they managed to bring it back. He's not dead.
To survive for this.
Well, Funnick's done. They still get one. And they're going to lose their Wisp as well.
Yeah, the CK's not coming back from this one. That was such a... He had 4 HP or something absurd. I had him clicked.
There was no animation for the tether even. Like, didn't even see like the little blue thread extending to him, but Vicecart just getting off at the absolute final hour there.
It's still okay. I mean, Ditya Raz slowly going down in BKB charges, which is huge for a PA, especially against a lineup like Navi's. They have demonstrated that they can win fights, though. Navi, all they have to do is get the RP off on the PA, I think. It doesn't matter who else it goes off on, it just has to be the PA, and the CK has to not get doomed for as long as humanly possible. Like if... Okay, as I say that, he picks up a refresher. Like...
Gets harder now. But yeah, there's no great defensive support to keep that PA alive, right? There's no Shallow Grave, they don't have a disruption from a Shadow Demon. So if you catch up the PA... there's no guarantee she lives, so yeah, I think you're right. Going for the RP there could really work.
Yeah. I mean, with this refresher orb now, though, Cheshire Cat can doom the CK, and if the doom gets out, or the CK gets out, he can just re-engage with another doom on him. But, I mean, CK does have a heart, or a Satanic, I guess. I think Satanic wouldn't actually be that bad here, because if he gets saved from getting too low, he can pop the Satanic, get to full. But I guess the heart is a lot more reliable, and it helps your illusions a lot too, just because the HP is the only thing that's really going to buff them up.
Yeah, you're also up against a Doom with Refresher. Maybe he doesn't doom you right away, but it's unlikely you don't get doomed at all. So I guess he's just going for the raw stats.
Oh, poor Funnick. Be careful.
It's funny you say that, and he's still got a few seconds, but that's what Funnick's thinking as well, and it looks to be his downfall. Blake, oh, not too late. Abyssal, and down he goes.
Yeah, that's... I feel like as an initiator, you just have to stay off the map a lot more, and I think Funnick's treating his hero like a 1 or 2 position, and going for greedier farm than he should. I mean, Navi doesn't even have any wards up on the map. Like, they've got that one pitiful ward up here. But
they're going in, though. Nice skewer from Dendi. Pile drives Japer up to the high ground, and they go in, but quickly Havos will pop his ultimate. He manages to survive for a bit. They RP'd Ditya Ra, keeping him back. Havos unable to fight, though, and now they found the real one. He's doomed as well. Chased down, almost finished off, and he will end up getting glimpsed back in. And brought down.
Again, though.
This is it. No buyback on Havos. The end times are nigh as PR cleave their way through the middle lane. They can go for megas even. 3 dead. GG. Well played. PowerRangers, they've got a rematch with Hellraisers in your grand finals. And Navi, they barely scraped together enough wins to make it to the land finals as a wildcard team, but they fall short of that main event berth directly. They got a lot of work to do when they get to China.
Yeah. PR... The 2 games they won, though, they executed really well. I think the second game was just some errors that added up, but I think this game, a large portion of it is just, it looked like they outmaneuvered Navi a lot. The lineup actually seemed to hard counter a lot of what Navi could do. Anytime Funnick was like in position, they